Hello, this is MJ Gaming, and basically today I am opening up the Legends Pinball in the back here because I want, well, in the back display thing. I took out the speaker right here by undoing 4 screws right there, and then there's a speaker. Well, I wanted to put a light in here because I wanted LEDs inside my speakers just to make it look kind of cool. So I ended up buying one of those things at Walmart for $5 or something like that, and you can cut them and you can resolder onto them. Like where these points are, you can solder onto those points. It tells you what they are, and you can solder these points and it'll turn them on. Well, that's what I did. I ended up going to the back here. This is open in the back, and here's where the speaker is. You ended up taking this one, and there's 2 more screws on the bottom. Take this out, and then what I did is I ended up putting a little cut, or like breaking a little spot open right there. And then this is where I connected this right here into that, which looks like this. This is the other side. This looks like this. All I needed was a positive and a negative for it. Okay, so I ended up connecting them too, and now both of these, this one and this one, I haven't installed this one yet, I'm going to install this and show you, is connected to one USB. See? Bam, and bam. I'm going to do it over here, and while I do it, I was going to show you guys how I did it. Okay? So I got that one done, so now we're working on this one. So I'll show you how I started doing this. Okay. Okay. Okay, there you go. There's the speaker. Okay? Now, this is what I did. I ended up taking this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw out. Okay? So we take the screwdriver and we take the screws out. Okay, make sure you get your screws. You don't want them bouncing everywhere. Now, I'm not replacing the speakers. The speakers actually sound pretty decent. People sit there and say that they have problems with their speakers on these things, but I haven't had a problem with mine yet, so I'm not too worried about the speaker yet. Eventually I might upgrade them, but for now I'm gonna leave them because they sound fine. So there's no reason to replace something if something's working fine. All I'm doing is adding a little flair to this thing. So this comes off here like this. So I got all my screws. So that's the grill. Okay. And then there's the speaker. Now we're gonna go in the back. And here's the back. So now we're here, we take this one out here. Okay. Grab that screw. Just put down here, right there, see? Right there. Okay, and then we'll, next one, right here. Take this one out. Okay. Sorry about my screwdriver, the dog's got a hold of it. It still works fine. It's just a little rough at the end there. Let it fall. And then we got these 2 down below on the bottom here. It's kind of hard to get to it with this, but there they are. See them? And then we're going to take them out. It's kind of hard to, there it is. Okay, now it's out, and then we'll take this next one out. A little hard to see that one. There's light in here, but there is light in here, but it's still somewhat hard to see underneath some of these. Okay, that come out. Okay, now All right, so now we can take this out. See, it just pops on out. There's the speaker, and there's the hole. Now, this is what we do. Position it back here so I can see what the heck's going on. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so there's the speaker hole. Okay, so there's the hole. Now what I do is I'll just wipe this out like this with my finger, just kind of clean, get all the debris off. Okay, and then what I do is I'm gonna take some super glue, and we're gonna put some super glue around this hole in the inside. And I use the gel super glue. This works the best, I think, because it doesn't get all over the place. But yeah, all you want to do is just put some super glue just around the inside lip here. Reason being is that the adhesive on these things is going to be connecting to wood, and wood is not that great of an adhesive spot. Like it's not good to adhesive stuff on. So I ended up putting some super glue just to help the stickiness part. Okay, now we are going to start from over here. Okay, you start like this. We take this thing right here, okay, and then we just put it in the inside of this hole. Yeah, kind of be careful, that's super glue. Might get you. Okay, and then you just put it in this hole like so. Yeah, like this, you know, just get in there nice and as good as you can. Okay, now that's in the hole. Okay, now the super glue hopefully will here and everything. So now this is what we got in the back. I'm trying to get this so my hand's out of your way. There we go. Now that's what we got in the back. Now, what we do is we look at this and we say, okay, it's gonna go like this. Okay, so if this thing here, this white cord is coming out right there. See that cord right there? It's coming out there. Then that means we need to make a little notch somewhere in here, somewhere in this area. Okay, so what do I do to make the notch? Well, I use trusty, trusty old, let's see if I can find it, here we go. Trusty old needle nose pliers. Okay, and what I end up doing is, this is what I end up doing. I take this and I'll put the needle nose pliers right where I want it to be. So let's say I want it right here, which is probably about where I want it. And then what I'll do is I just take that and I just break it out. So let me do that real quick. Just give me 5 seconds. I would show you guys this, but the problem is it's hard to show because of the fact that there's really nowhere to put my camera back here to show you. Okay, so this is what it comes out looking like. All I did is I took the blue nose pliers and I just kind of broke out a spot. See? See the little gouge I put on the side right there? There's like a little hole. And then that right there, when we put this on, see how it's the hole's right where the little wire is? And just follow that. Make sure that hole goes right where that wire is. Like that. And then you just screw that whole thing back in. See how it came out right here? And yeah, and then the speaker's back in. See? This right here, you gotta mess with this a little bit. Because sometimes you gotta like mess with this thing back here just to kind of get it where you want it. But yep, just go like this, and like that. And then once you screw this in, it'll work. This right here, just make sure it's pushed in good. And that's it. And then it comes out looking like basically like that when I'm done. And then all you do is put the grills back on it and just turn it on. And here in a second, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So just give me 5 seconds to get this back together, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And voila, that's what it looks like when I'm done with it. It looks pretty decent, not bad. I wish it kind of danced or something, but I mean, I think it gives it kind of some kind of character. Because before it was just plain nothing there, but now, you know. And the thing is, I thought it was gonna kind of like right there, I thought it was gonna hit the glass really bad and it was gonna get in the view and stuff, but it really doesn't. It doesn't get in the view at all of the actual gameplay itself. So it's actually not too bad. You know, it looks pretty cool. So that's how you do that. That's pretty simple. And then what I ended up doing is at the end, I took the Y connector from the 2 speakers, brought it down through the channel, brought it down here, and then I plugged it into a brick, and then I plugged in a power supply or a extension cord, right? Straight through this little hole I made. Put the extension cord in, and I got 2 more spots on the extension cord, which is perfect for a couple amplifiers, which we got coming soon to do the haptics feedback. It's gonna be a little better when I'm done, but that's it. That's all you had to do. It's pretty simple. Then just plug that into the wall, and this is what you get. I hope you enjoyed watching my channel and seeing what I can do with modding and stuff. This is a little mod I did. But I got another mod I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be switching the solenoids out, or not solenoids, but the haptic feedbacks, the exiters. I'm gonna be taking them out of here, right here. I'm taking these out here, and I'm putting in really nice ones on the sides here by Dayton Audio. And I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna put one over here, and that way you could feel it right here. You're gonna feel it with the right here. It's gonna be right underneath the flipper buttons and stuff. It's gonna be pretty awesome. And I'll have an amplifier. It's gonna go right underneath there when I'm done. So yeah, so keep me in mind. We're gonna be modding some things on the Legends Pinball, and this is just a little bit of it. So have a great time, guys, and happy gaming. And MJ's out. Thank you. Bye.